Hey witches, welcome back to my channel, Over the Hedge with the Wyld Witch. For this video, I'm going to give you my recipe for spell wax melties. Now some people call these wax tarts, wax melts, but I call them wax melties. And they're the same thing that you get in the store, minus the artificial fragrance and paraffin wax. And instead of just using these to scent our home, we also use those in my house to create spells. So it's like a two-in-one. You can do spell work with it and your house smells good in the process. Now I use these in paper magic to seal things up. I also use it to seal jars. I'm sorry guys, I'm got a cold and so my voice is kind of scratchy, but anyway, I use it to seal like my spell oils. Whenever I make them, I let the wax seal them, and then I also use them, like I mentioned, in spells. Excuse me guys. So for when you use these in spells, you put your intention into the wax, and whenever you let it melt in a scent warmer, whenever it completely melts, it turns liquid, then you know that's going out into the universe then. So it's really quick. You can have a spell completed within 5 minutes. You can go ahead and pre-make some of the wax melts up for things that you use a lot, like say if you do prosperity spells, protection, money, love, spirit communication, any of those, and any other spell works that you do frequently, you can go ahead and make these up and put them in an airtight container, label them with the use, what you want to use them for, and then whenever you want to create that spell, all you got to do is pop them in that warmer, and as soon as it melts, that spell was released. It was released to the universe, and you're good to go. So another reason I wanted to create these is I want to get people away from purchasing these wax melts and even candles that contain these artificial fragrances and paraffin wax. And almost all the candles that you get from stores like Walmart, Bath and Body Works, or any other home good place that carries wax melts and candles, they will contain these artificial fragrances and paraffin wax. And artificial fragrance contains a ton of allergens. So if you have allergies and respiratory issues, asthma, breathing trouble, then this could be what's triggering these problems within you. Because like I said, the artificial fragrances contain a lot of allergens and a whole slew of other dangerous chemicals. Now paraffin wax, it releases toxins in the air whenever it's melted, and some of these toxins have been linked to cancer and again a whole slew of other illnesses. So I'm trying to help people, so I want to help you, and you're not only helping yourself, you're helping your whole entire family by making your own wax melties. Now I do have a shop, and you can purchase these in the shop if you would like, but I want you to be able to make them for yourself as well. So I'm going to give you this blend, and this blend is for Samhain. So if you will give me just a second, I'm gonna grab, well, you know what, no I'm not, I'm gonna go ahead and let's go ahead and put the essential oils in this glass measuring cup. This is what I had the coconut oil in that I used for the recipe, but I went ahead and put the beeswax and the coconut oil in the pot to start melting, so we wouldn't have to wait until it reaches that certain temperature before we put the essential oils in. So I've got it over there on my burner, warming and waiting for us. So yeah, let's go ahead and add our essential oils. So the first thing that we're going to add is star anise. and we're going to add 10 drops. And the reason that we're adding this is because it is such a powerful ally for divination and psychic protection. Alright, the next we're going to add is clove, and we're going to add 10 drops of clove. And clove is going to help us increase our magic and protection. Alright, next we're going to add 10 drops of nutmeg. And nutmeg is very stimulating and energizing, and it's going to help with all types of divination. So all types of divination that you are doing, it is good for. It's also good for psychic awareness and to strengthen your psychic ability. So again, 10 drops. All right. Next, we're going to add cinnamon cassia, and we're going to add 15 drops. And we're adding the cinnamon for power, and it's also going to help to spark awareness and stimulate our psychic abilities. Alright, next we're going to add sweet orange. And we're using sweet orange for communication and to stimulate our creativity. So we're going to add 30 drops. So one of these, that's 25. I've used this so much that I have a big bottle, and I know exactly how many drops one of these pipettes will hold. Alright, so now I have to add 5. Alright, the next essential oil we're going to add is benzoin resin. Well, if I can get the lid off. Okay. Now, I might have to use a pipette for it because it's thick. But anyway, we're going to add 20 drops of benzoin resin, and we're adding it for psychic protection and to have a higher level of consciousness. We want to stimulate that higher level of consciousness, so that's why we're adding it. Now, let me go ahead and I've got a pipette. I really like benzoin resin. To me, it has a sweet balsamic vanilla fragrance. It smells good. Alright, so the next oil we're adding is 5 drops of myrrh. And we're adding this for a manifestation. It's going to help us manifest all that we're putting in this blend. All that we're wanting to achieve is going to help us manifest it. We also use it for intentions, like to strengthen our intentions and psychic communication. So again, that's 5 drops. Alright, now we're going to add 5 drops of jasmine, and this is to enhance, this is to enhance our connection with the spirit realm. So it's going to help us contact the other world, and we're doing 5 drops. Alright, I'm going to swirl this together, and while I do, I'm going to put my energy in it. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and get the beeswax and the coconut oil. Okay, you see, you don't want this to be over 180 degrees, and I like mine to be around 100, really, so the essential oils won't evaporate out. So we're good there. Alright, so you need 6 ounces of unrefined coconut oil, and you need 1.8 ounce of beeswax. Now, if you use beeswax, make sure that you get natural organic beeswax. Make sure it's not bleached or dyed, or they put substitutes in with it. And make sure that whoever you get it from is ethical. Make sure that they have ethical practices for these bees. And you know, that is one thing. I am vegan as far as what I eat, but I do continue to use beeswax. I just can't do without beeswax. I use it in a lot of my products, and beeswax has so many properties within it that is so healing. And you know, I just make sure that I get the beeswax that's local to my area, and they are involved in ethical practices. So anyway, so you want to go ahead and add the 1.8 ounces of beeswax to something glass and melt it. When it's halfway finished melting, then I go ahead and add the 6 ounces of coconut oil. I stir it together and I let it cool a little bit. Now we're going to go ahead and add our essential oil. And then I'm just using this wooden stick to stir it. You can use anything, except don't use anything plastic or metal. Alright, so now I'm going to smell it and make sure I don't want to add anything else. And I don't, that's good. Well, there is one thing I'm going to add, and let's see. I'll add it in a second. Alright, so I want to go ahead and add, well, I'm going to pour a little bit of this out because I'm going to add color. Now, you don't have to add color if you don't want to, but you can get natural coloring, or I like to use mica, and you can get that as well. So I'm going to, let's see. I'm going to put about 1.5 ounces to the side. I need to do this quick. And then I'm going to sprinkle some of this black mica in it. And then the rest I'm going to put orange. And I have Tangerine Dream. And this is mica. It's natural, and we're going to use this to color, plus it makes the wax absolutely gorgeous. So let's see. I'm going to use, how much is this? 1/4 of a teaspoon to start out with. All right, then I'm going to give that a good stir. And I don't know if you can, I wish you could see how pretty. It's very shimmery. It's beautiful. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and stir this black. You know what? I'm going to heat this up just a tad with this candle. Alright, I'll see. Now you can use a mold like this. I don't know if you can see it. Anyway, you can use a mold, or you can use a clamshell. You know, whatever it is that you have to use. So I'm putting my intention in this one more time. All right, and then I'm gonna start pouring. I want a spider web. So on the left side, I have skulls. And on the right side, I have spiders and spider webs. Do a spider. Let's do another web. Alright, now I'm going to add some of the black. I just want to mix a little bit. They're going to be so pretty. I'm going to do a solid black skull over here. And now when these melt, they will be so beautiful. It'll look like they're dancing because of the mica in it. It's so shimmery and it's beautiful. Okay guys, well that is it. That's all you do. Now you just let these harden up. Once they get completely hard, you can go ahead and pop them out, or you can stick them in your freezer for a minute and let them harden. That way they'll harden a lot quicker. But anyway, you can either way is fine. Just make sure that you put them in an airtight container. When you're finished, when they've cooled completely, you want to label it and put the date on it, and you know, put what you are going to use it for. So I hope that you guys have a wonderful Samhain. If I do not talk to you guys before then, I don't know if I will be back on here making any more videos before then. Well, I'm sure I will. That's a little whiles away. And if you have not checked out my other video that I made, well, actually I made 2 other ones. I made a small haul video, and I also made a Spirit Communication Incense Blend. So check those out if you're interested in that. Also, if you're interested are in correspondences for Samhain, then make sure you head on over to my shop. It's earthsrangetrading.com, and I'll leave a link below. But head over there, sign up for the newsletter, and check out October's newsletter. I have, well, it will be published later tonight or first thing in the morning. But I have correspondences on there. I also have information for the new moon, the full moon, Venus, and Pluto. So, yeah, make sure you check it out. I give several recipes too, for you to try on there as well. And then if you don't want to make anything, or you just don't have the time to make anything for Samhain, you can check out one of my boxes that I'm creating. It will be available next week, probably, well, no later than the 10th. So you will be able to purchase that. I should have 2 or 3 different boxes to choose from. So I hope that y'all have a great night or morning or evening, or who knows what time it is where you're at. It's not right now at my house, but anyway, I hope that you have a great rest of your morning, night, evening, whatever, and until next time, I hope that you fly high, witches. Peace, homies!